Thanks for staying with us. You're watching the news in Africa and the world. But first, a landslide on the outskirts of Ivory Coast main city Abidjan caused by heavy rains have killed at least 13 people, authorities said. About 10 people were hospitalized and a search is underway for those remaining missing, while weather forecasters warn the risks of flooding remain high in Abidjan. The defense minister reported the landslide occurred in an area which saw more than 3 times as much as rain between mid-June than is usual. Abidjan is home to some 5 million people, many of whom live in precarious shanty towns in dangerous zones. Landslides and deadly floods are common in the city during the rainy season, which runs from April until the end of October. In Senegal, a press release from the Council of Ministers shows a new date for the partial reopening of schools in June 25. This concerns students and examination classes. The reopening of classes initially set for June 2 was postponed due to contaminations of COVID-19 among teachers. Only pupils and students of CM2, 3e and Terminal equivalent to Class 6, Form 5 and UP-SEED will return to school while respecting the barrier measures to stop the spread of the virus. As of now, a total of 5,369 cases of COVID-19 were identified by the Ministry of Public Health and Social Action. The question of who will represent Africa on the UN Security Council has finally been cleared as Kenya has defeated Djibouti in a second round of voting held under dramatically different procedures because of the coronavirus pandemic. In Thursday's vote for the 15-member Council's Africa seat, Kenya received 129 votes against Djibouti's 62. A first-round vote held the previous day had seen both countries failing to receive the required 2/3 majority of 128 votes. The East African country replaces South Africa. Kenya, which was endorsed by the African Union, now joins Norway, Ireland, Mexico and India, which were elected on Wednesday as non-permanent members for a 2-year term starting on January 1, 2021. Out of the African continent, German Chancellor Angela Merkel has urged the European Union to reach an agreement on a recovery plan worth 750 billion euros by the end of July to kickstart an economy shattered by the coronavirus pandemic. European Commission Chief Ursula von der Leyen proposed a huge fund to help the EU out of its deepest ever recession, but the plan was immediately met with controversy from fiscally conservative member states, including Austria and the Netherlands. The Commission suggests that 2/3 of the money be distributed as grants and 1/3 as loans. Italy and Spain, the worst hit by the pandemic, will receive the lion's share of the cash. The member states will also debate setting the 2021-2028 budget at 1.1 trillion euros. In the US, Facebook has removed a campaign ad by President Donald Trump that featured an upside-down red triangle, a symbol once used by Nazis to designate political prisoners, communists, and other concentrated camps. Facebook deemed the violation of their policy against organized hate. It is not the first time the company has removed campaign ads from the US president, but it remains a rare move from the social network, which has largely refused to regulate the content on its platform. While Twitter has banned political ads and other labels fact-checking some of the president's tweets, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg has remained firm in his hands-off approach, which he justified before Congress last year. The spread of online misinformation is a major concern ahead of this November's presidential election. Still in America, the Supreme Court has rejected Donald Trump's bid to end the program that made it possible for undocumented immigrants brought to the country as children, known as Dreamers, to live and work in the U.S. without fear of deportation. The justice on a 4-5 vote upheld lower court rulings that found that Trump's 2017 move to reverse the deferred action for childhood arrivals program, or DACA, was unlawful. The program was created in 2012 by his predecessor Barack Obama, one of the Trump's campaign promises to undo it. His administration argued that Obama exceeded his constitutional powers when he created DACA by executive action by passing Congress. Trump, however, did not hold back on Thursday, tweeting these horrible and politically charged decisions coming out of the Supreme Court a shotgun blast into the face of people that are proud to call themselves Republicans or conservatives. We need more justices or we will lose our Second Amendment and everything else. Vote Trump 2020. On this note, we call it a day. Thanks for watching, and do so again if you can. Until we meet, do take care and stay safe.